Right, booking made breezy. So I've highlighted that Guestly want online booking with real-time pricing and availability. So don't let the booking process stress your guests out. Rather use SuperControl's website integration tools and make booking a breeze. This is where you would easily allow a guest to check availability, view pricing, and make direct bookings all in one place. Okay, so integrating the calendar and cart. Now, I just wanted to highlight that we've got two different styles of calendars. We've got what we call a legacy style calendar and the latest new style of calendar. Now, you can identify the legacy style calendar here on the left because it has this green and red palette with this gray header here on top. Whilst on the other hand, the latest calendars have got a more modern feel and it can also be customized. Why the big change? Very simply, we're no longer offering the design match service that we used to, where you could have your legacy booking cart journey designed to look similar to what your webpage did. So it sort of appeared to be on your website domain throughout, but it wasn't actually. Rather, the upgrade allows your booking cart to really perfectly align with your branding. And it's very importantly, it's mobile optimized. Before these calendars was hosted on a SuperControl webpage, now what happens is it appears within a pop-up that is hosted on your own website. So these changes will give you greater control and more customization. So we really do advise that you switch to our latest calendars. The booking journey is more seamless as the guest remains on your website when making the book, and it is more secure. So if you haven't already done so, it's really a straightforward process. The SuperControl Calendar Wizard really makes it easy to set up and to do things like color matching. And it also includes a couple of other customization style options that you could look into as well. I'm just going to play a quick video that shows me doing this within my test account. To create a calendar in your SuperControl account, you need to head to Admin, Website Integration, and what will happen is a new page will open and you're going to head to our Calendar Wizard. You'll see here you have the option to create calendars that are specific to individual site IDs. That's website IDs if you have more than one. So it's quite simple. You just have to select the Add New Calendar. You simply enter the name that you would like your calendar to be. And select the site ID that you want to be associated with. So you can see I've got two. I'm going to select that one. You would then enter your calendar URL. This is the website basically where you embed the calendar in, and you would then select the calendar type, which is the most important part I'd like to chat to you about. So you have predefined calendar options, and this means that you can choose from a list of our standard colors. What you'll see is if you select predefined, there is 6 predefined calendars. We have got the 4 basic colors, which is green, dark, teal, and an accessible version, as well as 2 channel-specific ones. These channel-specific ones are for Love to Escape and Independent Cottages, and this is if you list your properties with them, you can use their calendar design, basically for a seamless design integration. We then have the other option, which is the customized. So under customized, this is where you are allowed to style the calendar using your custom colors. This would be things where you can change things like your actual colors. You can also select to change whether you want to use a circle versus a square, for example, on the available day. Just a small tip, using too many calendar colors really can make your calendar look too busy and unappealing. We would really suggest that your background colors be a muted color so as not to distract the guest from the actual availability. So maybe use a gray or pale brand color for these, basically because you want to have your available days stand out. We also then have the advanced options. Now, the advanced options are for experienced users and very simply your web developers. It basically provides them with the possibility to import coding for the styling of the calendars where they can actually go ahead and select. So let's select a customized. Enter it here so I know what my hex color is. And you'll see that once you've selected your colors, it's actually quite nice to preview. your calendar. So you'll see that here I've got Maple Cottage, which is one of my properties, and it is showing that I have got availability, and you can see that the availability is showing in these blue circles, which I selected and set. And if you change your time period, you can see that the gray area at the back is showing that I have got a booking available in that time period. So once you're happy, remember to go back and save the calendar. Things like your actual colors. You can also select to change whether you want to use a circle versus a square, for example, on the available day. Just a small tip, using too many calendar colors really can make your calendar look too busy and unappealing. We would really suggest that your background colors be a muted color so as not to distract the guest from the actual availability. So maybe use a gray or pale brand color for these, basically because you want to have your available days stand out. We also then have the advanced options. Now, the advanced options are for experienced users and very simply your web developers. It basically provides them with the possibility to import coding for the styling of the calendars where they can actually go ahead and select. So let's select a customized. Enter it here. So I know what my hex color is. And you'll see that once you've selected your colors, it's actually quite nice to preview your calendar. So you'll see that here I've got Maple Cottage, which is one of my properties, and it is showing that I have got availability, and you can see that the availability is showing in these blue circles, which I selected and set. And if you change your time period, you can see that the gray area at the back is showing that I have got a booking available in that time period. So once you're happy, remember to go back and save the calendar. I'm just going to pop on over and show you how you can actually go about embedding it within your website. You'll see that once you've saved your calendar, it will automatically take you to the next tab over here, which is the widget code. And this is where you are going to generate the code, which you will then embed on your website. So the first thing you're going to do is select, obviously the calendar key will automatically do the previous calendar that you've selected, but you can change it here if it's something different. You're then going to go and choose your desktop behavior. This is basically how you would like your calendar to display when viewing your calendar on a desktop specifically. So you can choose to change whether you want it to be the grid view or a monthly calendar, which could be 1 month, 2 months, 4 months, or 6. You'll see that I'm going to use the grid view, and you can see via the image how that would display. So you can then also enable and optimize for a mobile version. So this means that you would use your grid view calendar version even on a mobile. If you choose not to show the grid view calendar mobile version, it will basically show this mobile narrow version automatically. You also then have the option to select whether you're going to be using this snippet, as in this web code, just to show one single property. So this would be if you're creating it for one property, and if you want to show more than one property, you just leave this option basically unticked. So I'm going to use it for all of mine, so I'm going to keep it. You then have the option to decide on a couple of other extra things. So whether you want your departure date pick on the calendar, and you can see it says this will allow your visitors to select departure dates also on the calendar. Also, if you want to have show translations, so for example, if you have a non-English speakers or if you are based in a different country, you have the option to show the translation. You can also show these little extras here in terms of hiding the property name in the card pop-up. You have the option to preview how this will display. So there's the preview. You can see this on a calendar, it will force it to be a narrow, and that's how it would display, whereas on a desktop it will be forced to display in a wide calendar preview. So you can see there's the two properties within my test account. So you'll see at the bottom here is the generated snippet. Now this is the snippet code that you would actually just need to take and send to your web developer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this code. And you can see you've got the option to copy the code to clipboard, or you can send the code in an email. So I'm going to copy this here. And I have got a plain test website using Weebly, and I'm going to go and embed it here. So say, for example, it's as simple as and I'm going to paste it here. Fabulous. I'm going to make it live, so I'll publish those. Okay, let's go to it. And there you see is my widget, which was my calendar, and it's integrated. And you can see that there are some certain sections that you can go into it. Select a 5-night booking, for example. Add in 2 adults. Book now, and you'll see that this calendar is all integrated and staying within my actual web page. So we're no longer being redirected. Fabulous. We've also added some useful new features to our calendar that may be of interest to you. For example, you've got a grid view. If you select over the actual property name, it will show a little extra information on the property. It's handy because it shows a preview, a photo. And if you click on the property name, obviously it directs you to the specific property page on your website as well. So that's quite a nice handy note. I've chatted to you before about the discount notes section, which is for your guest notices. And what happens is that this allows you to add the text to show your guests during your online booking process. So there would be things like you inform your guests of what is actually included in their rental, maybe fresh towels, linen, logs for the fire, etc. And we also do have some other extra customizable calendar options. If you have specific changeover days and minimum stay requirements, it actually alters the message that are displayed to your guests, therefore stopping any incoming inquiries that really are unnecessary and waste your time. There are 2 videos of these, link them in the help articles that will appear on your email that you receive tomorrow. Good. Now, I hope that I've actually conveyed just a few ideas on how you can make your website more inviting for direct bookings, be it using SuperControl's calendar and cart. And I've offered you some clear, maybe tweaks on how you can improve your user experience and shared brand decision tips for you. Now, I know that some may fear these changes, but we have lovely help articles that show the clear steps on how to go ahead and use the SuperControl features to their fullest and integrate the latest SuperControl calendar. But if you are having any problems, you're welcome to reach out to our support team. We're very happy to help. And if this does all feel very overwhelming, I've also listed some of our web designers that are familiar with SuperControl API and our inner workings and that we frequently work with. So why not get in contact with them if you need to look at updating your website. And that's all we've got time for.